Hi, Taurus. So let's do our 4-layered spread to try to capture as much of your energy as we can. So I have 1 tarot deck and 3 oracle decks that we're going to use for this reading. So we have 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, 6 of Cups, the Moon, Ace of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, Ace of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands. Underneath this deck is the 6 of Wands. So for our second layer, we're going to take 6 of these chakra cards. So we have communication, clarity, life purpose, personal power, balance, and forgiveness. Under this deck, we have play. Then we're going to get 6 of these Kipper cards to add our third layer. So we have marriage, main female, gift, great fortune, lovers, unexpected income. Under this deck is journey. And then we're going to get 2 of these, Taurus, and then we're going to really get into this. So we have celebration, obsession, and under this deck is fresh start. Okay, so Taurus, what I have right now is you feel like things are not going anywhere and you don't feel, it feels heavy. There's a heaviness here. You want to start something new, maybe you could feel a bit stuck. I also feel like this is part of your spiritual journey. So let's really get into this. So in your current energy, we have the 5 of Pentacles and communication. So this 5 of Pentacles is telling me kind of what I was getting, that it feels heavy, you feel stuck, you feel on the outside of something. If you're getting communication from someone or from your ancestors or from your higher self or whoever it is you maybe want to be communicating with, you feel like you're only getting tiny bits of information, that you're not getting any valuable information with the 5 of Pentacles and communication. I do see marriage in your challenge position. So this could literally be about a marriage, a relationship, but it could be any kinds of partnerships or any kind of interpersonal relationship. So make that part make sense for you and your story. But the 5 of Pentacles in communication just tells me that you're not getting the full story, that there may be a lack of honesty or just not enough information is what I'm getting from that. That's your current energy, and it may be why you feel stuck or heavy. However, the energy in your near future is the Queen of Pentacles and personal power. Both of these cards are cards of personal power. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who is very grounded, very nurturing. She is also my card for mother. She is a card of good fortune. She is a card of lucky breaks. So you're about to step headfirst into this really powerful energy. So I'm really excited to see where the rest of this reading is going to go, because right now you don't feel empowered, but in the near future, you're about to be. So in your challenge position is the 4 of Cups and marriage. So this is typically a very straightforward way of saying that you're kind of bored with your current situation, your current environment, your current marriage, whatever this is for you, that what you maybe once thought with marriage was going to bring you happiness and joy, that was going to be playful, or you used to enjoy each other, there was a honeymoon phase. It's like, what happened to that? Where did that go with the 4 of Cups? And so I feel like you're kind of being triggered by that right now, or maybe challenged by feeling excited. We have play underneath the deck, which tells me that there's not a lot of playfulness in your life right now, that you just feel like kind of meh about everything. So you see yourself as the Five of Cups and great fortune. So this is the similar energy with the Five of Pentacles and communication was giving, that you're just really disappointed with what your lot in life has been. You're really disappointed with the things that you have received, that you maybe perhaps feel like you should have more by now, or that you should be doing more by now. But yeah, there is a sense here that there is another person here who is perhaps holding you back from your greatness, holding you back from your spiritual growth, whatever that might be for you, Taurus. So make that part make sense. So we have the Six of Cups, clarity, main female, and celebration. And this is all in your subconsciousness. I do think that your subconsciousness and your higher self is asking you to set boundaries with this person. So whatever that means for you, but whatever you had going with this person in the past, it's time to really get clarity about that, because it feels like you're not celebrating yourself, that the hard work that you have done, the milestones that you have hit, are you really giving yourself the credit for all of the work that you have done? And this is giving me almost a sense that your subconsciousness or your higher self is trying to tell you that perhaps you don't need a partner. Maybe you do this all on your own anyway. So why continue to have someone who just disappoints you, or someone who tells you half truths, or is not completely transparent, or doesn't communicate with you? So I feel like there is a message there from your higher self that you might be able to do this on your own, that you can be your own good company. You can make things lighter and more playful, and you can win on your own. And that could be what the spiritual journey is. We did see 2 5s, and the 5s are about squeezing you through that really uncomfortable spiritual lesson. And it feels like this interpersonal relationship could be it. But there's a need here for you to grow and learn, I think, to know that if you're doing it all by yourself anyway, then why not just do it all by yourself? It will be very freeing. So make that make sense for you. In your environment, we have the Ace of Cups, balance, lovers, and obsession. So this is giving me this idea that perhaps this relationship that you're in, and it doesn't have to be romantic, it could be professional, it could be platonic. So however it fits into your story, please make that work. But it feels toxic. We have the lovers and obsession. So there's too much focus on this person, or needing this person to maybe be different, or needing this person to stop disappointing you, or needing this person to give you more information. With balance and the Ace of Cups, it's saying, but you can find that yin and yang energy within yourself. This is you with your own full heart, but the Ace of Cups are solo. This is one heart. This is your heart that's full and balanced. So why remain in a toxic situation? Hi, Lily. Lily decided to come and join the reading. So let's keep going. If this is a toxic situation, then we definitely want to, and especially with this message from your higher self, saying that if you're doing it by yourself anyway, why aren't you just doing it by yourself? So if you can't make this person change, then you change. You change. This is your journey. You're being squeezed right now to rely on yourself. So in your recent past, you have the Moon and Gift. The gift was you facing your fears. The universe helped you to overcome some kind of a fear. I get the sense that this is probably about perhaps being more open, being more receptive in your intuition, because the moon is often a card of your subconsciousness and your intuition. And that maybe wherever you were closed off before, or closed-minded, or felt like you needed this person or needed them to change, you're being more open and receptive to not needing that anymore. And that you're considering a different perspective. You're entertaining new ideas to be more open to trusting yourself and your own spiritual gifts, intuition and gift. This is a spiritual gift that you recently experienced. So it tells me that you know what this is. You know you can count on yourself. You know you can rely on yourself. but there's something here about being too attached to this other energy. So in your shadow position is the Eight of Pentacles and unexpected income. This can be that an attachment to perhaps your work. This can certainly be in the shadow position. This could certainly be the energy of a workaholic, or focusing on money because you don't necessarily want to focus on this relationship, or the fact that you have to leave this relationship. So if you find yourself burying yourself in work because you're avoiding this topic, you're avoiding this person because they keep disappointing you, I think your shadow side is really saying to you to have courage to face those fears. We see here with the moon, these fears. You've faced some fears already. So keep going, because the universe has your back. To whatever is making you feel vulnerable in this situation is exactly the same thing that's going to help you grow. So if, for those of you who are hiding behind their work, this is just saying to stop hiding, to show up, let yourself be seen, and really take this situation for what it is and start relying on yourself. So then we have Ace of Wands and life purpose. I do feel like you are focused on this. We have two aces now. So I know that you're focused on yourself. You're focused on your own life's journey. You're focused on your own inspiration, your own ideas. But there's still something here, because your current energy is the Five of Pentacles. There's still this feeling that you can't manifest this in because you're still feeling abandoned by this person, disappointed by this person, walked away from. You're getting the cold shoulder. You're not getting enough communication. These types of messages for sure. So I feel like this is really stopping you from bringing this manifestation in because you're too attached to this person in your energy and needing them to change. So in your potential outcome, we have the Nine of Wands and forgiveness. So this is about not giving up. This is certainly about you not giving this up. That if you keep pursuing this person, if you keep showing up for this person, that it's going to become toxic. It feels like it might already be toxic, especially if your person is only telling you half truths. But it feels like you can't let this go because you can't forgive them for whatever it is that they did. But I do see in your potential outcome that you are going to be able to forgive this and release it. So even if this is a person or a marriage that you have already released, it could still be in your energy because you haven't forgiven this person for what they did. But if it's someone who's still in your energy, there is a need to forgive and to release and to let go. For some of you, this could be forgiving yourself. Maybe you feel like you owe this person something, which is why you're not letting go. But if you feel that way, there is definitely a need to forgive yourself so that you can release this person and move on with your journey and your fresh start. This says you're being given the opportunity to begin again. Allow yourself to embrace this new life and open up fully to this gift that you have been given. This is about your spiritual gifts and allowing them to come in, but it requires you to release this other energy, this person who's holding you back and keeping you from being in your own personal power. I'm also drawn to the fact that we drew two of these throat chakra cards with communication and life purpose. So I am being drawn to tell you that you could need to implement or heal your throat chakra. So in the Raise Your Vibe in 5 book, there's a whole section for the throat chakra, and I'm just going to open up to a random page. So on this page that deals very specifically with the throat chakra, the exercise for the day says take a bubble bath. So if you can do that, it's very good for your throat chakra to take an Epsom salt bath or a bubble bath, or even just to be in the energy of water in general, which can really help to open your throat chakra. But also for anyone who's interested in a free throat chakra healing session, I will put that in the description and in the pinned comment, because I feel like, Taurus, this feels like you could probably use a throat chakra cleansing right now to really help you get in touch with being on your life's path and understanding what you are to yourself in this situation and why you don't need anyone else at this present time. So there you go, Taurus. That is your reading. Will you please let me know how this was resonant for you? Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.